Sometimes you need to fight back. I discuss with him, I teach him what is right, what is wrong. He doesn't have a social media yet. He's not interested in it. He's all into sport.
Are you aware that Donald Trump had a son named Barron? Probably not. And that's because Barron Trump has always been shielded from the public eye. Despite that, he has been making waves among the great and mighty.
My son is a wonderful young man. He took a meeting with a Russian lawyer, not a government lawyer, but a Russian lawyer. It's called opposition research, or even research into your opponent.
He is a man of so much intelligence and brilliance that Elon Musk, though he was once against Donald Trump's administration, had something to say about him. What has the Tesla CEO revealed about the young, astute man? Could he be the next great inventor of our time? Or possibly planning to take up a leadership position like his father? Join us as we unravel the peculiarities of Donald Trump's son, Barron Trump, and some other astonishing facts no one knew about him. Number 1. A unique school journey. Barron's academic path combines a variety of encounters from numerous elite institutions and settings. One of the most prestigious private schools in New York City, Columbia Grammar and Preparatory School in Manhattan, was where he started his studies. Barron completed his academic year in Manhattan when his father was president. After the academic year ended, Barron moved to Washington, D.C. with his mother, Melania Trump, and enrolled in St. Andrew's Episcopal School. The educational ideals of the Trump family were well aligned with St. Andrew's, which aims to know and inspire every child within an inclusive community committed to great teaching, learning, and service. The family relocated to Florida when President Trump's term ended in 2021, and Barron enrolled in the esteemed college preparatory Oxbridge Academy. Oxbridge Academy's Director of Advancement, Scott Siegfried, formally welcomed Barron. Barron navigated his academic career through this up until his recent graduation. And here is a surprising fact. At the ceremony, Barron towered over every other guy. Whatever the situation, Barron handled changes in schools and locales with great grace and agility. He's very good at that. Number 2, Melanie's miracle baby. Not quite a year following Melania and Donald Trump's marriage, little Barron was introduced to a life of luxury and distinction. However, neither the couple nor the outside world had anticipated his arrival. In numerous public remarks and interviews, Melania referred to Barron endearingly as a miracle baby. His pregnancy was unexpected and unanticipated. Barron's entrance caught Donald Trump off guard. However, he acknowledged that he was happy to be a father again. Though he had not expected his son to arrive, he talked kindly of Barron, calling him very special and a great little boy. Melania often draws attention to the happiness and joy that Barron has brought into their lives, highlighting the close relationship that unites them as a family. Donald's admiration for his brain and charisma further reinforces Barron's favorable impact on the Trump family. The family treasures the recollection of Barron's unexpected pregnancy and subsequent birth. They were grateful to have a new member join the family. Have you ever had a miracle baby? You can also name him Barron. Number 3. Barron is trilingual. Barron, who is young, is a fluent trilingual speaker. Donald Trump's children speak a little French, but Barron speaks even more fluently. His quest started with an attempt to pick up the Slovenian mother tongue of Melania. At 5 years old, Barron could have easy conversations with his mother and grandparents because he was fluent in Slovenian. Melania enthusiastically emphasized Barron's linguistic abilities in a 2009 interview with People magazine. Barron showed uncommon multilingual fluency at such a young age, speaking English and Slovenian fluently by the time he was 3 years old. Not only that, but he was studying French. Barron is a young man with excellent language skills, as seen by his early and remarkable competence in numerous languages. Number 4. Bonds tightly with his nieces and nephews. Barron is the youngest child of former President Donald Trump and Melania Trump, born on March 20, 2006. He maintained some normalcy throughout his early years, despite their family being in the public eye. Barron was protected from the media during his early years while growing up in Trump Tower in New York City, mainly because of Melania. She strongly emphasized active parenting to give her son a quiet, secure upbringing. Barron relocated to Washington, D.C. after his father was sworn in as president. However, Melania continued to hide him from heavy public scrutiny throughout this period to provide him with a life that was as normal as possible. This made it possible for Barron to grow up in remarkably regular conditions. Because of his age, Barron has a strong relationship with his nieces and nephews. Ultimately, Donald Trump Jr., his eldest sibling, is 29 years older than him. As a result, Barron is younger than his brothers and closer in age to his nieces and nephews. 10 grandkids, ages 4 to 17, have been welcomed into the family by their father, Donald Trump. Kai, the 17-year-old granddaughter of Donald Trump, is the oldest of these grandchildren and is less than 2 years younger than her uncle Barron. This allows Barron to connect with his nieces and nephews on a generational level. By engaging in pursuits and hobbies that mirror their common experiences, he builds a bond with them that goes beyond conventional family responsibilities. Number 5. The story behind his name. People are always intrigued when they hear the name Barron for the first time. Why then did the Trumps give their son the name Barron? Donald has a fascination for this specific name. Although he hadn't used Barron for his other sons, he had always thought it sounded good. However, he still chose to call his last son Donald Trump Jr. When Melania had her child, she already had a bond with the name Barron, but amazingly, Donald changed his mind at the last minute. He said he was having second thoughts this time and that Barron was a name he had always loved but never dared to use. He considered going back on his decision, disclosing this twist on the Oprah Winfrey Show. Melania, who had been referring to her unborn child as Barron during her pregnancy, insisted that it was not acceptable to take it away from her as she had already been attached to it. So, in the end, they chose Barron. That's not all, however. The name originates from Trump's well-known alias John Barron, which he often used as a real estate agent in the 1980s. Even after his alias was exposed, Barron remained Trump's favorite moniker. What other peculiarities does the young lad have, and what does Elon Musk have to say about him? Keep watching to find out. Number 6. Obsessed with sneakers. Barron's sense of style reflects his personality. His love of sneakers is one example. He wears fashionable New Balance sneakers regularly. In 2017, he was frequently spotted wearing bespoke New Balance sneakers with his prep school attire. By the time he was 14, his New Balance 574 core sneakers had captured the country's attention. Since his father's inauguration, Barron has embraced the classic style of these sneakers in all of his public appearances, making them a mainstay in his wardrobe. Barron wears these timeless shoes with various ensembles for formal and informal occasions. He was sighted in January 2020 with a green Alpha Industries bomber jacket and black New Balance sneakers that were expertly synchronized. Before this, as Barron and his parents arrived at the White House, passers-by noticed another pair of New Balance sneakers. At an affordable price point, the New Balance 574 core sneakers, which have a rubber outsole and a blended suede and mesh upper, provide comfort and style. But with Barron wearing this, its price suddenly increased. Number 7. The Not-So-Little Trump. Barron William Trump, who goes by the loving moniker Little Donald, is anything but little, standing an astonishing 6 feet 8 inches tall. However, his magnitude is not indicated by his name. Rather, it stems from how he shares elements of his father, Donald Trump's remarkable personality. Barry had a strong will that was evident even as a young child. Former attendant Tony Sinkall told Inside Edition about a funny occurrence in 2016. In his high chair, Barron, only 2.5 years old, said to Sinkall with assurance, "Tony, sit down. We need to talk." His boldness has always characterized his temperament, even at a young age. Barron's mother, Melania, also talks about his strong character and frequently calls him Little Donald. She observes that he has strong convictions and independence, which have only become stronger with time. She also emphasized Barron's love of dressing up, pointing out that he occasionally copies his father's fashion sense by donning suits and ties. Barron is a great source of pride and delight for Donald Trump. His proud and endorsing motions often show his tremendous passion for his son through body language. Both Donald and Melania Trump make a deliberate effort to put their responsibilities as parents first, despite leading busy lives. They treasure their time with Barron, helping and advising him in his transition from childhood to adulthood. Their dedication to their son's education is demonstrated by how they balance their family and public obligations, ensuring that Barron is raised in a loving and encouraging atmosphere. Number 8. The father-son relationship. Although it is frequently said that the father and son are at odds, this is not the case. Donald Trump's unique parenting approach marked Barron's early years. While jokingly admitting that he didn't change Barron's diaper as a baby, he stressed the need to be hands-on with other parenting duties. In a 2006 interview, Donald shared that he truly enjoyed nursing infant Barron, not out of duty, but just for fun. He was involved with Barron's care, especially in the mornings when he was restless. Despite the responsibilities of the office, Donald Trump worked hard to keep some sense of familial unity and connection. But Barron's life had inevitable absences and missed opportunities due to the presidency. But then, Barron was extremely successful. This has garnered the attention and pride of his father. Although there is mutual respect between father and son, Barron's goals deviate from the path that his forebears paved. With a strong sense of individualism, Barron strongly claims his identity. However, he has many of the same passions as his father. Some people have conjectured that he would enter politics like his father did. We can only wait to see if that will happen. Number 9. A presidential son. The first American president's son to live in the White House in several decades was Barron Trump. John F. Kennedy Jr., in the early 1960s, was the last person to hold this distinction. This was followed by a trend that started in which the presidents of the United States had solely daughters. Thus, Barron's ascension to the White House represented a departure from and a return to a historical standard in the makeup of presidential families. His position as the first son to hold the presidency in several decades represents a break from the current pattern and the return of a dynamic that had been absent for a considerable time. Number 10. Moving into the White House. A turning point in Barron's life occurred when he moved from the busy streets of New York City to the majestic halls of the White House. Finally, after living apart for almost 5 months, the Trump family came together in the White House. The couple lived in Trump Tower in New York before Donald Trump's presidential election victory so that Barron could finish his school year without interruption. The mother and son pair remained behind to wait until Barron's school year ended, even after Donald was elected. After this, Melania and Barron then took up residence in the White House. Melania was seen at the White House more and more, taking part in foreign travels and official functions. This meant that her initially low-key attitude was momentarily over. As she became accustomed to her full-time position as First Lady, demands mounted for her to take part in programs that would combat cyberbullying, aid veterans of the armed forces, and empower women and girls. Young Barron's life was thrust into a completely new chapter due to all of this, exposing him to the demands of politics on a level never seen before. Luckily, this event gave him resilience and adaptability, which helped shape him for the better. Number 11. He has similar passions with his father. Barron enjoys golf just as much as his father does. This treasured father-son pastime has improved their relationship. For the two, a typical day usually consists of a delicious meal and a game of golf. They have become closer due to this shared hobby, which has also allowed them to spend precious time together privately. Barron began expressing dreams of becoming a professional athlete at 5. Melania also disclosed in a 2018 interview that Barron was impressed by his father's business savvy. Additionally, Barron has demonstrated a talent for building and disassembling things to create something new. Melania describes his intricate drawings, which exhibit remarkable attention to detail and artistry. These tasks demonstrate that he has the dexterity required to think creatively. He will likely take after his father's commercial acumen and blend it with his special skills and passions. A combination of their zeal and inherited desire can be seen in his admiration for his father's economic acumen and his dedication to golf. Number 12. He championed an impressive field trip. In 2017, Barron took advantage of a rare chance to wow his classmates in the 5th grade by organizing an amazing field trip to the White House. As the son of the president, he carefully organized an outing for 80 of his peers that took them to the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. His classmates enjoyed a catered lunch and a customized tour of the White House, during which they met President Trump and heard a motivational lecture about realizing one's potential and being a patriot. The children, dressed to impress, relished this once-in-a-lifetime chance and made enduring memories of their trip to the country's capital. They learned more about Washington, D.C., and became increasingly aware of its importance. The students explored the entire day, staying the night at a hotel before going home. Barron demonstrated the ability to balance times of affluence with attempts to keep things normal, even in the face of remarkable circumstances as a young child. Everyone involved was undoubtedly grateful to him for sharing his exceptional access with them. Number 13. The soccer player. Barron plays soccer, which is different from his love for golf. Playing for the Development Academy and the DC United Under-12 team, he has given the game his whole attention. His stint with the Arlington Soccer Association's Under-14 team also exemplifies his dedication to the game. When DC United, a Major League Soccer team, visited the White House and gave Barron a personalized, signed black and red soccer ball, his affinity with the game reached a new height. This action represented the fusion of his interest with the professional soccer scene. Barron is regularly described as an exceptional athlete by Melania and Donald. His remarkable height, several inches taller than his already enormous father, accompanies his athletic endeavors. Despite concerns about his potential in other sports like basketball, Barron is now concentrating on soccer and golf. Number 14. Elon Musk met young Barron. Additionally, former President Donald Trump arranged a noteworthy party at Nelson Peltz's lavish Palm Beach mansion, inviting notable individuals like Tesla creator Elon Musk to attend, including his 18-year-old son Barron. The conference had great potential for influencing Trump's bid for re-election in 2024. Elon Musk, well known for his work with SpaceX and Tesla, talked of taking on an advisory role in advising Trump on various topics, including science, technology, and the Space Force. Musk and Trump, despite their past disagreements, came together over their concerns about the emergence of a woke culture and the requirement for campaign funding. Musk's 4-year-old son, X, yes, that's his name, just like the alphabet, was also present for the meeting. They gathered at Peltz's estate, an extravagant and prestigious venue appropriate for the kind of people in attendance. The meeting was hosted by billionaire Nelson Peltz, who had backed Trump's 2020 campaign before stepping back following the events of January 6. Nelson Peltz's son Diesel, a software entrepreneur connected to Musk, was also present. The two talked about high-tech challenges, immigration, and Musk's government contracts, which include projects involving his aerospace company, Starlink, and private space launches. In addition, the discussion focused on a data-driven project that would guarantee precise vote counting, supporting Trump's ongoing allegations of election manipulation in 2020. Most remarkably, though, young Barron attended the conference as well. This demonstrates Trump's attempts to engage him in meaningful conversations despite Melania's prior attempts to keep him out of the spotlight. Barron turned down the opportunity to attend the Republican National Convention as a delegate because of previous obligations, having just received his high school diploma. However, one may presume that Barron will be involved in future partnerships and cooperation, given that he has met such powerful figures. Even the wealthiest Americans, such as Elon Musk, seem to recognize the spark of leadership in him despite his youth. But was that his only encounter with the Tesla CEO? Keep watching to find out. Number 15. He never had a nanny. Even though they were wealthy, Barron's parents decided not to use any nannies. Melania opted for an active parenting style, declining a nanny's assistance to influence her son's early years. She made Barron's school lunches herself, demonstrating her steadfast commitment to being a hands-on mother. Melania revealed her deliberate choice not to hire a nanny for Barron in an intimate 2015 interview with People magazine. Melania emphasized parents' critical role in offering direction and support throughout a child's critical formative years. Her approach to parenting is further demonstrated by her involvement in all aspects of Barron's development. She continues to be a reliable and involved figure in Barron's life. Melania proves that her reputation as a loving and involved mother is well-deserved, as she helps with many parts of his daily routine and personally picks him up from school. Number 16. His sense of fashion and skincare. Barron has a keen interest in skincare and fashion as well. His mother influences Barron, and his sense of style extends beyond simple attire to include a sincere desire to dress up, which includes a love of ties. In an interview, Melania, well known for her excellent style, emphasized Barron's sophisticated sense of fashion. In June 2017, Barron also made an unexpected fashion statement that sent him into the public eye and immediately established him as a style star. When he was 11, he showed off his sense of style by dressing in a simple yet stylish gray ringer t-shirt with blue trim from J.Crew that said "The Expert." This straightforward outfit decision set off a frenzy, resulting in the shirt selling out in hours. Reactions flooded social media, and soon after, people on Twitter started calling him "The Expert," even naming a fake account after him. Like Prince George and Harper Beckham, Barron's wardrobe selection quickly became the cynosure of all eyes. Barron's love of fashion has only grown more intense as he ages. Melania has been essential in helping Barron develop his changing tastes. In addition to clothes, she has introduced him to luxury skincare products and makeup, highlighting the significance of a comprehensive grooming regimen. Barron has started his beauty routine with Melania's help, experimenting with high-end items like his mother's favorite, the Caviar Complex C6 Moisturizer, a limited edition product. Melania has acknowledged splurging on Barron with this high-end skincare product, enjoying its energizing aroma. Number 17. Expensive tastes. Barron's existence has always been entwined with extravagance and grandeur. For the young Barron, living in the White House with his family was not an upgrade in luxury. Melania revealed, in an exclusive interview with Redbook, the opulence of Barron's lifestyle at Trump Tower, where he had a whole floor to himself in their 3-story apartment. He could freely express his creativity in this opulent setting, even painting the walls of his chambers. His living quarters were decorated with motifs such as planes and helicopters, making it a child's paradise. Barron and Melania were used to living in several lavish homes, despite the opulence of their Trump Tower residence. A vast 60-room house in upstate New York, a sumptuous 15,000-square-foot home in Beverly Hills, and the renowned Mar-a-Lago estate in Palm Beach were among the destinations they would visit each year. Given their opulent lifestyle, it was understandable that Barron and Melania delayed joining Donald Trump in Washington, D.C. But Barron's life as the son of a president continued to be lavish, with the White House immaculately set up to satisfy the family's whims. Their favorite foods, snacks, and personal goods were always available to them instantly, thanks to a committed personal crew. Number 18. A future with many possibilities. Barron Trump has a lot of choices and possible paths ahead of him as he starts his adolescent journey. The groundwork for a prosperous future has been meticulously established, providing him various opportunities to investigate and cultivate. Even though his early goals and desires may have changed, his family's well-known business experience continues to impact him. Barron could pursue a similar career route like Donald Trump, who has forged a unique path in the corporate world. Barron's athletic pursuits, especially his love of golf, may also present opportunities in that field. It is unclear if he would pursue a professional sports career or look into chances to play, promote, or run sports-related businesses. Barron also prefers style and grooming, which may influence his future goals. Given his keen interest in these fields, he might look into career options in design or the fashion sector, or even start his fashion-related projects. His distinct aesthetic and admiration for upscale skincare and grooming items demonstrate an elegant palette that would be well-suited for a career in fashion. Melania is mostly concerned with ensuring Barron succeeds and is happy in the future. She is actively helping Barron with his college search, exhibiting her dedication to his intellectual and personal growth. For example, her concern for Barron's academic path demonstrates her commitment as a mother and her wish to give him the best chances for success. Melania has also tried to get her husband to take measures to protect Barron's inheritance and financial security. Even if she doesn't always appear publicly, her commitment to her son's future never wavers. Melania's role as a loving and devoted mother is still crucial as Barron prepares for his next life phase. Barron Trump has a bright future ahead of him, no doubt about it, and as he develops and learns more about his hobbies and interests, the route he ultimately takes will become apparent. Number 19. Receive support from former first daughters. While his father was in office, Barron faced attacks online. But then, former first daughter Chelsea Clinton came to his defense. Amid the online bullying, Chelsea tweeted several times, asking others to give Barron the chance to grow up without much criticism. "It's high time the media and everyone leave Barron Trump alone and let him have the private childhood he deserves," Clinton wrote in response to a negative article about Barron. Jenna Bush Hager, another former first daughter, also spoke out about how the attacks on Barron made her mad. Because the truth is, Barron Trump didn't ask his dad to run for president. It wasn't his decision. This massive support from former first daughters is exceptional, as no one has enjoyed such before him. Number 20. Adapting to the public eye. Similar to his elder brothers, Barron had to adjust to public life at a young age, particularly because of the increased attention his father's presidential bid garnered. It should come as no surprise that Barron has learned the value of being camera-ready and managing media attention with grace, given his family's prominence. Barron made his television debut at 8 when he appeared on his father's show, The Apprentice, even before his father's presidential campaign. Donald Trump seems unfazed by Barron's attracting attention from the public, although his mother, Melania, has stated that she wants him to grow up as normally as possible. Melania saw that Barron's life had altered, and that he no longer had the normal upbringing he may have had when they settled into their new life in the White House. Following the family's relocation to Washington, D.C., Barron experienced a degree of attention and scrutiny that distinguished him from other members of his peer group. Despite this, Melania was committed to shielding her kid from the demands and scrutiny of public life. She has worked very hard to ensure Barron enjoys the upbringing he deserves, attempting to balance protecting his privacy, well-being, and the special circumstances of being a member of the first family. Number 21. His father took a break from his trial to be on his graduation ceremony. Since his service as president ended, Donald Trump has been involved in multiple legal disputes. The hush money case, in which he was accused of paying an adult film actress to stifle reports of an affair during his 2016 presidential campaign, is one of the most well-known prosecutions. In addition, Trump faces indictments concerning his financial dealings, allegations of tax evasion, and charges of obstruction of justice resulting from his efforts to sway the outcome of the 2020 election. Regarding the hush money trial, Trump was found guilty of all 34 charges on May 30, 2024. However, Donald never allowed the case to interfere with the family, even though they were still struggling. He vacationed for Barron's high school graduation in West Palm Beach, Florida. The Friday event marked the end of Barron's adventure at Oxbridge Academy and was a significant milestone for the Trump family. The media and observers alike were abuzz about the couple's appearance. The delighted parents were joyfully cheering with other guests as they celebrated the accomplishments of Oxbridge Academy's class of 2024, as seen in pictures and videos. With his father's protection from the spotlight for most of his presidency, Barron's graduation appearance was a rare public appearance for the young man. In an interview after the ceremony, Donald Trump provided insights into Barron's interests and aspirations, revealing a developing fascination with politics. Despite his youth, Barron reportedly expressed keen observations and even advised his father on political matters. Trump humorously recounted Barron's occasional directives, illustrating a dynamic where father and son engage in lighthearted banter and mutual respect. Barron is considering going to college, and New York University is a possible option. This possibility suggests that Barron's life will take a new turn. He might pursue his hobbies and successfully navigate the academic world, maybe even going into politics like his father did. Thanks for watching this video. Before you click off, please check out other videos on your screen.